Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to give out 3 selections for today's racing, and what a day's racing it is. We've got 3 Grade 1s over at Fairyhouse, and that should be a very interesting card. That's topped by Honeysuckle, which runs in the Hatton's Grace, and I think she'll take all the beating and extend her record to 13 out of 13. With Rachel Blackmore doing the steering, she's about 1 to 3, 2 to 7 in the betting at the minute, and that price, although it's not worth betting on, it is a true reflection of how good she is compared to the opposition. Away from that racing, my first selection comes in the 12.55, and it's in the form of Book of Secrets for the Dan and Harry Skelton yard. It's a juvenile hurdle, and they've sent out some very good juveniles throughout the years, and this season in particular. They had a very nice one winning at Newcastle yesterday, and although this one probably won't be as good as that, I still think it should be good enough to win today. His debut performance was a second, pulling a long way clear of the third, fourth and the rest of the field, and it was only beaten 3 lengths by an exciting winner. That form sets the standard, and if it does improve from there, it should take all the beating, and at around 11 to 8 it is a decent bet in my opinion. The next tip comes in the 205, and it is Forza Milan. This horse has had 2 runs this season, including a 7th on its seasonal appearance, then a 4th at Cheltenham. That was over 3 miles, and it shaped as if the step up in trip would suit, and it did go into my trackers. It did lose a lot of ground at the beginning and wasn't beaten very far at all, and stayed up the Cheltenham Hill. It's got a lowish Irish mark than it ran over in England, and I think with this longer trip suiting, it could pose a good each way bet at around 13 to 2 in the market. My final tip comes in the 10 past 3, and it is Sit Down Lucy, which is currently 25 to 1. This 7-year-old runs off a low weight in a very competitive handicap, but it is quite unexposed in handicaps. It's been running in maiden hurdles and graded races, and I think it could still be ahead of its handicap mark, as it does come in off a very low weight. It does have form with Glan and Purple Mountain, who are both shorter in the market, and they are better off in the weights this time, so I think Sit Down Lucy should be able to beat them. And with Sky giving out extra places, I think it is a very good chance of placing at around 25 to 1 in the market. So they're my 3 selections today. I hope you enjoy the day's racing and pick plenty of winners.